What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. Today, we'll be talking about the latest Arsenal news surrounding the club, transfer business, previewing the game on Monday as well as we play against Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace. Happy Friday to everyone. Hope you're well wherever you are in the world. Appreciate you tuning in as always. Make sure you Will Smith that like button, people. Slap it up as you come in, people. Lick it down, yes. And let's finish the week well. Obviously, Premier League football is back. Thank you. I just, I don't want to watch no more international friendlies, man. It's not the one for me. Big up all of the C unit. Big up to each and every one of you, each and every time. Listen, Nelson, man, Alexis Sanchez, baby. Alexis Sanchez. Oh, listen, I know a lot of Arsenal fans hate him because he went to United, but let's face it, he was a bum at United anyway. So he went there. Maybe it was an inside job. Maybe Wenger knew he was washed up. Big up to everyone who tuned in yesterday, by the way. We did the Emirates Best Ever 11. And really enjoyed that show. Obviously, I made one mistake during the show. All the players that I put in there for us to pick, I never selected Gilberto Silva because I thought he left just before we moved to the Emirates. So he obviously would have been in the team. But big up everyone. If you haven't watched that yet, go back and watch it. And appreciate everybody that put in their best Emirates 11 as well. I think we were pretty much on the same page. Them Puma kits were crap. They were so tacky, weren't they? The badge was just ironed on. Used to put them in the washing machine. They weren't great. They weren't great. To be honest, I was happy when we got out of Puma. I can't lie. Big up Sal. Big up Big C and the C unit. Hope you're all well, people, on this Friday. It's sunny today in the UK. Yesterday it was snowing, which is mad, Did you rate Pascal Saigan? I'm not sure there's anybody who is an Arsenal fan that rated Pascal Saigan. Let me be honest. He was shocking. Big up Shibe who said, yo, Curtly, I'm back. Silver was a sin. Gavar said, big up Big C, first stream I've caught live. Love, bro. Big up to you, bro. King, big up Big C. I'm in the background. Listening, just started a new job. Hey, big up to you, bro. Big up. Hope the job's going well. And don't forget, people, we're going to have a member stream on Wednesday. So if anybody wants to get involved, if you are a member, get yourself in. If you're not a member, links in the description if you want to join. And all of that good stuff. Oz said, big up Curtis, watching Top Boy. And every time I see Curtis, hey, man, the amount of people that message me about that brother, yo, man, he better not be mashing up my name, on that show. That new black away kit is mad fire, bro. Card details are ready for that one. No ramping when that one drops. I'll be pre-ordering that one, especially if the Champions League badges are on the arm, man. Big up Dre, Wagwan Curtis, big up C Unit, big up to you, bro. AYM FIFA, hi Curtis, I can't wait for Twitch. Hoping to kick off this weekend. I'm trying to sort it out, so I'm hoping to get started. But I will let you all know, of course. And let's see, working from home today, said MCA. Right, don't forget, people, today's video is sponsored by the guys at Spitch. This weekend's competition starts today. If you haven't already downloaded it, download it. Link in the description below. Completely free. You do have to be 18 to play it. And you can win up to £12,000 this weekend. It goes off like the minute that the player scores and what the score's going to be and all of that kind of good stuff. If you think you're pretty good at predictions, get involved. It's free. You can win up to £12,000 this weekend, people. Big up to the guys at Spitch. Right, let's get started. Let's get started with the show, people. Right, first of all, hands up. It's April the 1st. I couldn't help myself. It's not happening. Calm down. There's no panic. Stan Kroenke is not buying the Emirates Stadium. I know. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. Right? I couldn't help myself. It's April the 1st. I had to do something. Anything with Stan Kroenke is going to trigger the community, right? It's going to trigger the community. I got people DMing me like, yo, Wagwan, how come Kroenke's buying the stadium? It's not happening, people. Relax. We still own the stadium, although it does need painting. That is definitely not an April Fool's. If you're a painter and decorator, get down to the Emirates because they need to paint that, Ross, let me tell you. So, hands up. There's no story. There's no panic. Stan ain't buying a damn thing. Yeah, we're in enough. We're deep enough in the brothers' pockets already, people, without him buying the stadium. So don't worry. I couldn't help it, man. I've got a crazy sense of humour when it comes to these things, man. As if we're going to sell the man the stadium. But it's Arsenal. It wouldn't surprise you, would it? You know, when you've seen the title and you've seen the thumbnail, you thought, you know what? I can imagine Arsenal doing that, selling him the stadium, you know? But no, we're good. Bro, I would be at the Emirates right now holding up boards, mate. Give us our stadium back. Look, man was searching it up on Twitter, fam. Yo, I'm telling you, man, April 1st, man. That's about as far as I'll go with it, though. I ain't gonna stretch it too far. Let me go into Granit Xhaka mode because the comments are flying in. But apologies, I know some of you must have been vexed coming into this stream. What kind of foolishness is going off with this club? Selling the stadium, we're finished. Yeah, man, I had to. Apologies, people, but hey, it is what it is. April 1st, man. I have to drop a little one in there as well. Let's have a look. Somebody just said, apologies. Someone just said they started university and I've missed it. Apologies, man. You know, I like to share good news in the community, people. Oh, man, no, I've lost it in the comments. Someone just said they were if you put it in there, put it in again. And we'll do that again. Stadium is more wash than lacquer. Bro, I'm telling you, I'm tempted to go there myself and just do voluntary work. I don't know what's going on down there. Paint the damn stadium, bro. They got players on the outside of the stadium and they had a red shirt. It's looking pink, you know, light grey. I don't know what's going off. But, hey, apologies, people. No panic. Stan ain't buying the stadium. But, hey, I like that people were searching online. Panic mode was going on. Nimbo said almost cancel. Listen, man, it is what it is, people. We need a little, you know, we have to do a little joke on April 1st, you know. The world's a bit crazy right now. Kai said, when we see in that FIFA team, hopefully this weekend. I'm not going to lie, the team's looking a little better than it was before, you know. Omar never fell for it. Yeah, if you'd have searched online, you would have seen real quick. Buenos Aires said, bless up, Curtis. 100% genuine today. Today is my birthday. I survived the slums of Argentina. Blessed to see the age of 32. I'm going to have to say happy birthday to you. I never know with you because you got a sense of humor as well. But it might be your birthday today, so I'm going to wish you happy birthday. If it's not, then you've done me, but I'm going to wish you happy birthday, man. And big up, man. Yeah, them slums of Argentina, man. I'm sure it ain't easy, man. But big up to you, bro, for tuning in, as always. Big C, did you hear the United just announced the new director, Bruce? I haven't heard nothing about that. I know they announced that Bruno Fernandes signed a new contract. Bit late, just had to finish watching The Many Saints of Noah. Hey, pause that, man, and get in here first, bro. You know how the ting go already. Happy birthday, Buenos Aires. Yeah, big up, bro. Yeah, right. We will get into the genuine news now. Brad said, Curtis, I just got Chris rocked. Is that good news? Probably not good news. I can't lie, people. Yeah, man. Yeah, big up Buenos Aires, Guna, man. Happy birthday to you. And like I just said, people, anyone just tuning in, don't panic. Stadium ain't going nowhere. April Fools. Couldn't help myself, people. Couldn't help myself. The stadium is ours. We at least own the stadium. Right, let's get moving. Let's get into some real, genuine news, people, today. Let me big up the manager, Mikel Arteta. Let me big him up, yes? Manager of the month, people. Manager of the month. Mikel, with all of the team. This ain't no April Fool's either. This is genuine. 6 goals, 3 wins. Mikel Arteta has been named Premier League Manager of the Month for March, people. And people are triggered on social media. I can't lie. Liverpool fans are fuming. Chelsea fans are fuming. They're saying, how has he won Manager of the Month? 3 wins and 1 defeat. Chelsea won all 4. Liverpool won all 4. Liverpool actually beat Arsenal in that run as well. So Liverpool fans especially are fuming, saying how has he won Manager of the Month when he lost to Jurgen Klopp in the month of March? I don't know. Maybe they feel sorry for us. I don't know, but we take it. Second Manager of the Month this season. Fair play to him. Fair play to him. Big him up, man. Nah, this one ain't an April Fool. It really isn't, people. It's on their website. The Premier League have announced it. But I'm telling you, Liverpool fans especially are fuming. And I can understand it, but listen. You lot are winning hella trophies this season, so let us take something, man. Couple Manager of the Months is all we're getting. We just want that top 4 trophy, man. MD said, I love me some Scousers tears. They're trying to win the quadruple, man. Let a couple manager of the months go, man. Abhinav, yeah, all the Chelsea fans think that everybody hates them, so their manager never wins it. I don't know, to be honest. Brown envelopes being exchanged. Yeah, maybe we dropped a little brown envelope on their lap. Said, listen, we need trophies, man. Arteta deserves it, said Ali. Amal said Kroenke should just sell Arsenal today. At least that won't be an April Fool's joke. Arteta has turned this around. That's why I got manager him up. Listen, he's doing his thing so far. I said it so many times that he's turning things around this season. What I always say, they don't give you the medal till you cross the finish line, people. That's what I always say. You don't see the gold medal around Usain Bolt's neck until he crosses that finish line. If we do all this, then finish 6th, I won't be celebrating. If we do all this, then finish 4th, give him all the flowers. Give him his new contract. It's that simple. But we have to finish the job, and we got some tough games to deal with, people. So, Mikel Arteta, manager of the month. Harry Kane won player of the month. Cristiano Ronaldo won goal of the month, people. For anyone that likes FIFA and all that kind of thing, you'll probably have Harry Kane player of the month card on there and all of that stuff, people. So, Mike said it's all for the documentary. Yeah, I'm telling you. Amazon probably like, go on, just give it to Arteta. I know he lost one, but Chapter 7 will be unreal. So, yeah, maybe it is. Penalty spot, he is turning it around, Curtis, but Curtis is still on the platform. Train pulling in slowly. Listen, get top 4, I jump on that train, people. You don't get top 4, I walk out the train station and get an Uber. Simple as that, people. Simple as that. That's where I'm at with it. How good are you at gaming? You know, I can't lie. I'm not bad. I'm not as good as I used to be. You know, when you get older, you haven't got time. When you're like, I don't know, when you're 15, 16, them ages there maybe, you're unbelievable at computer games, you know. When you get a bit older, man, I don't know if the reactions are a little slower, but the meltdowns are probably more epic. You think Arsenal meltdowns have been bad on this channel. You ain't seen nothing till you see a FIFA meltdown. That is next level, people, let me tell you. Big C streamer of the month. Come on, we're award winning here, people. We got more awards than Harry Kane. You know, more trophies than Harry Kane. Thanks to the community. Big up yourselves, people. We don't ramp over here. But right, it's that time, people. We ain't had it for a while. If you're peckish, you won't be peckish in the next 20 minutes. It's about to go down on the stream. It's that time again. The manager of the month, the Don, Mickey Ross, is back, people. He's back with waffle settings. Get the syrup ready, people. First game in 2 weeks. International break is over. Arsenal go to Patrick Vieira's Palace on Monday. Difficult game. I love Vieira, but Vieira needs to do us a favour, man. But I'm sure he won't be doing us a favour because he probably thinks, you know what? If I beat Arsenal, he's already drawn with us this season. He's going to think that puts him in the shop window maybe in the future. Ollie said, yo, Curtis, just found out I'm going to university. Yeah, big up yourself, bro. Well done. Man said, I'll never miss this. I appreciate it, bro. And good luck at uni, man. Enjoy that uni life, man. Waffle settings. We're here, people. Anyway, let's see what the manager of the month had to say. And this interview was before he was announced. Although with that smile on his face... Maybe he already knew he was manager of the month yesterday. That's probably the face he pulled when he found out that Jurgen Klopp's fuming that he beat us and still didn't win manager of the month. But I'll take it. Get the syrup out, people. It's waffle settings, Coleman music. Mickey Rose, he's back. The manager of the month, people. Look at that smile on his face, man. Jeez, you know what? I hope he's smiling like this come the end of the season. Because if he is... There'll be Champions League badges on the arms of that new black kit that we're getting. Let me tell you, people. He spoke about Palace, Santi Cazorla, the tactics and all of that. Santi Cazorla, for anybody who doesn't know, he's been linked with a move to Arsenal as a coach at the end of the season. So we'll have to see what happens. Yeah, almost 1,000 of you in here already. Appreciate that. Lick down that like button. Don't forget, follow me on Twitch. Link in the description. I think we're nearly at 800 followers already without a video. So really appreciate that. We are going to get started. And don't forget to download Spitch with a chance of winning £12,000 this weekend. Right, let's get into the waffle, people. I'm peckish. Let's hear what he had to say. Mikel Arteta spoke with the press ahead of Monday night's fixture against Crystal Palace. And listen, this is going to be a tough game, man. Let's make no mistake about this. Palace away is difficult. Manchester City went there and drew. This is going to be a hard game. One of the big things with this game is Wilfried Zaha and Elise apparently will have fitness tests on Monday. If those two are unavailable, that's a massive boost for Arsenal. If they play, obviously it is what it is. But if we're going to get top four, it's still a game that we need to win, in my opinion. You know, Palace are decent, but they've only won one game in their last 5. They've drawn 3 and lost 1. They're not the most prolific in front of goal, so we got to go there and collect. I'm sorry, we are. We've got more difficult games than this. We did a little preview of the games that we've got coming up. And we've got harder games than this, if you think about it. We've got to go to Tottenham. We've got to go to Chelsea. We've got to play Man United at home. We've got to go to West Ham. So we've got to win this game, in my opinion. So, yep, smash the likes and all of that good stuff, people. Right, let's get into what he had to say. On celebrating his birthday, he turned 40 over the international break. He said, the break has been good. A special birthday is a big number. I had a chance to spend time with everybody at the club, friends and family, so it was good. Happy 40th to Mikel. On the friendly with Brentford B, where Lacazette scored a hat-trick, people. He turned into R9 against the B team. Let's hope he can take that form into Monday's game, because we're going to need it. We are going to need it. That is for damn sure. They won the game 4-1. He said, well, the fact we could get minutes and exposure to some of the players who haven't had that possibility in recent weeks to get the level, the competition there, playing between us is not the same. We had the opportunity to do that yesterday. Apparently, Ivan Toney played in the game as well for Brentford. So, you know, a few decent players. Obviously, the majority of players would have been on international duty anyway. So, but apparently Ivan Toney was involved. We won the game 4-1. I think Rob Holding scored a header and a Lacazette hat-trick. On the Palace game at home earlier in the season, I don't know if anybody remembers that game, but that was that one where that meme was going around where Arteta had his nose in Vieira's armpits. For anyone that didn't see it, like Arteta, as Vieira put his hand up to wave to the fans, Arteta like turned round and put his face in his armpit. Maybe he wanted to smell a legend, you know. I don't know. I'll have to find that picture. But yeah, man was sniffing Vieira's armpit. I don't know what was going on, but it is what it is, man. He said, yeah, we scored right at the end. It was a tough match. We had some really good periods where we struggled as well. We conceded 2 poor goals in that game. The simple giveaways put us in a difficult position. The team at home is doing well. The coaching staff are doing a great job. Yeah, I might have to get the picture up. I haven't seen the picture in a while. I'm sure it's floating around somewhere. Let me have a look. Arteta Vieira. It's got to be there. It's got to be there. He was sniffing armpit, people. But hey, anything to get close to legends, eh? Vieira, of course, inducted into the Hall of Fame now. Where is it? I can't see it on there. I'm sure I'll find it while we're going through the press conference. Oh no, I've got it, people. I've got to bring it up. Look at the look on his face. Let me bring it up. Let me just step out the press conference for a second, because this picture, man saying put it on the green screen. You know what though? It's yo, when you gotta get close to legends, man, sniff Teta. Yo, man said Vieira. Whoa. Vieira, B.O. Nah, no B.O. at Vieira. I'm joking, man. Vieira, I'm sure Vieira smells great. Legends have to smell great, surely. But yeah, man had to sniff his armpit just to realise what an Arsenal legendary midfielder was. But anyway, let me not go on. That's the smell of Invincible, people. I'm telling you. Man had to smell an Invincible. But anyway, let's get back to his press conference. He said, let's move on from that. On Vieira being inducted into the Hall of Fame, he said, it's a huge achievement. You have to be very special to be nominated there, and I think Patrick deserves it for what he brought to the English game and what he did for Arsenal. Legendary status, man. He said, on his message going into the season running, man said he wants to smell the Vicks on the chest. Yo, why did he always do that? You know what? I had games where I did that for no reason. I'm not even going to lie. It was so iconic. You know, I was so caught up in Arsenal. Thierry Henry, the socks had to get pulled above the knees, people. Patrick Vieira, yeah, man, I might slap some Vicks on my chest for no reason. Kitman used to go crazy because Vicks on clothes is very difficult to clean off. It's different for Arsenal. He probably gets a new shirt every game. But yeah, it was all mad people. That's how mad it was. Man United fans, they used to put the collar up, do the Cantona thing. That's what you do, man. Big up Lionel Hernandez, man. I ain't seen you in the comments for a while, man. He said, big up Curtis, been missing the live streams because of gym. Always on the rewatch. Big up yourself, bro. Hope you're well. Hope you're getting strong for the summer. Yes, sir. It opens up your lungs. Yeah, helps for breathing and all that kind of stuff, you know. But as we go on, he said, I will have them all today just to try and refocus. Obviously, when you're on international duty all the time, they're being asked to do different things, different roles and pressures. For some of them, it was their first international, so emotionally for them as well, it's draining. Make sure that everyone is fine and looking forward to the challenge. You would think it would be a benefit for Arsenal to play on Monday because a lot of players will be physically exhausted. For example, Martin Odegaard, they haven't qualified for the World Cup. He's going to be emotionally a little bit drained from that and disappointed. Thomas Partey, they've qualified for the World Cup. I'm sure they had a celebration that evening. You know, maybe drinks were flowing. Who knows? The extra few days should benefit him. You know, we've had players travelling all over the place. You know, Smith Rowe, Saka got COVID as well. So hopefully the extra few days helps him recover. So I think it will benefit us having those extra days. Where it can kind of turn around against you is if Tottenham and Man United win their games, all of a sudden Monday Night Football, the only Premier League game under the lights at Palace, it becomes even more of a pressure situation. And what we're going to find out over the next few weeks is what this team is made of, because it's one thing when you're going under the radar and winning games and people aren't talking about you. Now, people are talking about Arsenal. They're criticising the celebrations. We've annoyed people because we are starting to do well now. What that also does is increases the pressure. Can these players handle the pressure? Can they go to a loud Crystal Palace and grind out a win? Can they beat Man United at home? Can they go to Tottenham away and win? We're going to find out what this team is made of over the next 6 weeks, that is for sure. Hopefully made of sterner stuff. On Saka and Ramsdale's fitness, he said Bukayo is feeling good. He's training today, hopefully. This obviously was from yesterday, so he should have trained hopefully yesterday. Hopefully he'll train today. And Aaron is a doubt. He's still not feeling great. He hasn't trained yet, so we don't know what we'll be able to do on Monday. So it looks as if Aaron Ramsdale is going to probably miss the game on Monday. Now, I'm not overly disappointed with that, just for the simple fact that I feel very comfortable with Bernd Leno being in goal. I think he's a very good goalkeeper as well. And I don't think that causes a major problem. The only thing we lose a little bit, number one, is the distribution, of course. Number two, I think Ramsdale's a bit better than Leno at coming for crosses as well. So they're the two things that could affect us. Yeah, World Cup draw is on at 5 today. I'm not sure what I'm doing. If I'm available, I could do it on Twitch, but I think I'm going to be out. If I get back in time, I will do it, though. But keep your eye on the community page. But I think I could be out. But the Twitch stuff we will start over the weekend, hopefully. So Leno will probably be in goal. On Ramsdale's injury, he said he wanted to play against Villa, but it was a significant injury and he had to take his time. The physios are doing everything they can to make him available, but we will see in the next few days. I think with Ramsdale and Leno, because you've got an able deputy there, I don't think you need to force that one. I really don't. I don't think you need to force that one. If he's 85% fit, I wouldn't play him, in my opinion, because the guy coming in for him is probably, I would say Leno is equally as good as Ramsdale. They just have different qualities, and the qualities that Mikel Arteta wants, Aaron Ramsdale has more of them. I could quite easily see Bernd Leno go to a Champions League team in the summer. He's more than capable. He's a very good goalkeeper. It's just in the modern game, when they want you to play out from the back, we've seen it. Ederson is that goalkeeper now that everybody wants. You know, Ederson's pinging 70-yard passes. Leno isn't really that goalkeeper. So, for me, if Ramsdale isn't 100%, I wouldn't play him. I get Stuart here saying Leno is one step away from an error, but he played brilliant at Aston Villa. I've got to be honest, and Villa was a tough game. Big up the big bro, Kevin Campbell in the chat. He said it's good pressure and it's another hurdle we have to overcome. Stay blessed, Curtis. Big up yourself, Kev. Appreciate the message this morning as well. And hope you're well, bro. We'll have to try and do a show next week if you're available. Let me know, because we'll have lots to talk about, obviously, after Palace. And I think we play Brighton next weekend. Champions League games in the week as well for the other club. So big up yourself, KC. And as you said, Kev, yeah, this is the pressure you thrive on. Pressure is a good thing. I remember they used to say in the Rocky film, pressure is like fire. You either burn your opponent and win, or it burns you and you lose. It's how you control that pressure. I think your Martinellis, your Sakas, I think they've played under pressure. You know, Saka played in a European Championships final. I think he does know what pressure looks like, and I think he can deal with it. But we'll see. So it looks like Leno could be in goal. On players on international duty, he said, I think the majority of them had some really good experiences, some really good performances and important goals. I'm really sad for Mohamed El Neni because it's the second time that has happened, and emotionally that means a lot to him. I'm sure the team will be here and ready to help him. Obviously, Egypt lost to Senegal in the qualifying game for the World Cup. They also lost, obviously, in January in the AFCON final. So they've had two huge disappointments in the space of 2 months. So Mohamed El Neni's in the chat, people. He said, thank you, Arteta. I mean, no disrespect. El Neni won't be starting for Arsenal, so it will be very difficult for him. I saw a comment from Mo Salah where he's hinting at retiring from international football because of the disappointment. So very tough to take. But listen, I'm sure the players will get around him during the international break. And like I said, Odegaard missed out on the World Cup with Norway as well, which was a big blow for him. Man said it is what... Man said this chat. I said it is what it is. It's one of them. It's one of them. It's sad, though. The Brentford game, Leno, was woeful. Yeah, start of the season. Listen, we were woeful collectively in that game, weren't we? On having 5 subs in the Prem, he said, I'm glad at the end we have unified a criteria for the whole of Europe. It's now how we do it, how we manage it. There will be changes because that gives you other opportunities. I think the game will have changes tactically, and the most important thing is you can manage better the load of the players. We need to make sure we don't slow the game down too much, and I think it's good. It gives the players the opportunity to be on the pitch, which is what they want. Now, me personally, I'm very much in favour of 5 substitutes. I think, number one, it gives a bigger opportunity for young players coming through. Being a young player when I was, 3 substitutes, sometimes a manager, I'll go for the experience. I think when you got 5, it gives you that more freedom to give people an opportunity, and I think that's a good thing. I think when you're in Europe, 38 Premier League games, maybe half a dozen to 10 European games, plus the League Cup and the FA Cup, you're asking players to play 50 games a season at a high level. Huge demand on the body, and I think you do need to be able to use 5 substitutions. I agree with Kennedino. I think you should only be able to make those substitutes in 3 different occasions rather than 5, because effectively, if you make 5 individual changes, and I do, that's 10 times the game has to stop, and I don't think that's good. If it's 3 occasions, 5 subs, I think that's better. The one thing Arsenal are going to have to do is get a better squad. We've seen at times this year, we probably couldn't use 5 subs, because half of our bench is out of daycare. I think Kev said they're eating rusks and drinking milk. You know, we need some proper ballers on the bench next season. So Kroenke is going to have to get his cash out. That is for sure. He's going to have to spend... For me, if we get Champions League, I think Arsenal will have to spend 200 million in the summer. We're way off it in terms of the squad. But hey, time will tell. Hopefully we have that problem. More time for Eddie. Yeah, more time for Eddie to look for his new club, mate. That's what I'm saying. Lucas said, do you think 5 subs includes... do you think with 5 subs, does it include squad depth cuts? If you make those individuals, does it depend on the injury time? Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to do it. Are they going to... I think it will be 3 occasions you can make subs, you know? Man like Swanson, yeah. We listen, no disrespect to him, but we need higher quality than that on the bench. On Tomiyasu's fitness, I mean, there's a guy on here, I forget the name, but somebody's messaged me on here a number of times, and he keeps telling me, listen, Tomiyasu's going to be out for the season. I'm like, where are you getting that from? He's like, no, trust me. They're covering the injury up. You know, in society now, anything that happens is a conspiracy theory. But I have to admit, there has to be a worry now. If Tomiyasu doesn't play on Monday, you're like, How long is he going to be out for? But he says here on Tomiyasu's fitness, he said, I think it will be close. He's been training more and more. He has the boys back now, so he will be joining some sessions this week, and let's see how it is. Surely, man, hopefully he's back on Monday. But again, as I always say, people, if he is not 100% fit, and for example, if Zaha's playing left wing, are you playing him or are you playing 100% fit Cedric? Because I don't know why, and I hope this isn't me looking at this in the wrong way. I feel like there's going to be a game where Cedric gets ripped apart. Even though he's back in the Portuguese squad and he didn't play for Portugal, but he was in the squad. And Tomiyasu didn't travel with Japan. He didn't play any of the games. I just feel like Zaha is one of them games where Cedric could get dealt with. I don't know why. For me, he's one of the best wingers in the league when he isolates a fullback. Saka's going to have to help him. But again, I suppose we'll see. Zaha, no, but Vieira said he's 50-50. He'll have a fitness test on Monday, so they may play him even if he's not 100%. Cedric's been playing well. Cold said Cedric handled Diaz well. He did, to be fair. Alex said, Curtis, do you want Rashford at Arsenal? I wouldn't say I want him. I said I wouldn't be totally against the idea if the deal was right in terms of finances. It wouldn't be a complete no for me. But we'll talk about that another day. I've had a lot of debate on here about that anyway. He did handle Diaz well. So we'll have to see. He said on Tomiyasu's recovery and why it's taking longer, he said he's had a recurring injury, but it's in the other calf, which was strange and difficult to predict. He's been through a lot in the last 2 years with COVID in the amount of games he's played and the transition to a different league with the intensity. So we can find the right reasons and hopefully won't go through that situation again. I mean, listen, the Prem is probably far more physically demanding than Serie A. I've always said right back is one of the most difficult positions in the Premier League to play because of the quality of the left wingers. If you're playing Tottenham, you're playing against Son. If you're playing Man United, you're going to play probably Sancho or Rashford. You know, Palace, it's Zaha. Liverpool, Mane or Luis Diaz. You know, the quality on that left-hand side in a lot of these teams, right back is a difficult position to play. And he's probably struggled to deal with the intensity. So both calves is pulled at some stage this season. So, you know, we may have to invest in a right back this summer. Gunnar 8 saying we need Lamptey. Because if these injury problems continue, you can't start next season or go into the Champions League with Cedric as your first choice right back on a regular basis. Yeah, like you said, even Leicester, Harvey Barnes, very good player as well. Sharp, quick. It's a difficult player. Sterling as well at Man City. It's different, man. It's different. He goes on to say, on our record of not conceding from a corner, everything you do in attack of defence is about the whole team. Every individual has a role. Yeah, listen, I think that's a phenomenal record. If they survive the whole season without conceding from a set piece, that is just wow. On how he coaches that, he said every phase of the game we try to train it. I mean, I've heard people that there is throw-in coaches at some of these clubs in the Premier League. I mean, we can get into these Premier League clubs, people. Just go out there and figure out how to do a long throw, and you'll get a job at some of these clubs. Honestly, I've heard these coaches who come in and show these guys how to throw the balls. I don't know if that's at Arsenal, but I've heard at other Premier League clubs. They work on every minor detail now, people. It's crazy. On celebrating victories, he said, I don't tell the players to celebrate or not. I think that's something that comes right from them. And it's great to see hugging each other, enjoying each other and celebrating with the fans who made a long trip for us to be for the 12:30 kickoff, showing the gratitude to the fans. Listen, I always say, don't listen to what any pundit, any presenter, any ex-player says about celebrating a victory. Why are they so bothered how we celebrate a victory? When we lose a game, when we lost to Liverpool and Klopp's running over to the clock end and the Liverpool fans and doing that, you know, that 3 times fist bump, I don't care. I'm more annoyed that we lost the game. I don't care how you celebrate your victory. You won the game, so in my opinion, you got every right to celebrate that victory however you want. So I don't know what all this celebration police thing is nowadays. Oh, look at Arsenal celebrating a victory. I'm so annoyed. Like, we're going to keep celebrating as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can't lie. When he said enjoying each other, I was like, yo, pause, bro. It's been a long 2 weeks off, I know. But, hey, we move people. On football being about winning, he said, absolutely. I think the best moment as a football player is after winning a match and the atmosphere of your teammates. They have to celebrate, of course. Celebrate that Ross, man. Imagine if we get top 4, man. There could be a bus parade out, man, holding up the number 4 trophy, Listen, I always said, man, when you start to do well, you start to get jealousy. When people are jealous and start hating on you, it's because you're finding some sort of success. When people aren't interested, when people aren't bothered what you're doing, it's because you're having no effect. You don't affect them, So maybe we're starting to bother people, but hey, it is what it is. On Saka's new contract, he said, we're extremely happy with Bukayo, the progression he's having, and what he's bringing to the club and what he's bringing to the team. Obviously, we're never going to share any conversations related to private contracts, but we are really happy with him. Let's hope we get that done because, Fabrizio's saying a lot of things about Saka wants Champions League. Just got to hope that we can match his ambitions, because if there's teams lurking in the background. But listen, I do think Saka will sign another contract unless we had an absolute, ended up in the Conference League or something. King said Tommy was injury prone in Italy as well. It's not good that our best wing backs have so many injuries. Obviously, before we signed him, I got to be honest, I didn't know that much about him. So I didn't know much about his injury record, how many appearances he made and all them kind of things. So we'll have to see, people. Open top bus parade tomorrow at 2 p.m. around Islington, celebrating Arteta winning manager of the month. Yo, you got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do. Give him a 5-year deal, 90k. I think they're offering him 120k, Bukayo Saka. So financially, it's good for him. On playing last this weekend, we're going to try and focus on what we can do. That's the only thing we can control. Through the TV, we can suffer or enjoy, but there is not much we can do. What we have to do is win the football match. That's all in our hands. Listen, last time he complained we didn't have enough time. This time we've got more time, so surely this is a positive. You've got an extra couple of days to the other teams. So, I don't know. It is what it is. We just want to see the teams around us drop points, and surely that will help us. Jake saying give him 180. Would you give Saka 180k a week? It's a lot. I think 120 should be enough, I got to be honest. On when he would like to be playing Tottenham later in the season, he said, I don't think we're going to have a choice. Whenever the Prem decides to do it, it will be right. There are rumours we're going to play them the third to last game of the season. It'll be midweek. Every weekend is taken between now and the end of the season. So it's going to be midweek anyway. But look, we called the game off. So can we really argue with when the game is played? It's going to be played midweek. On Balogun's development, he said, I think Flo is doing what he needed and probably we should have done it a little bit earlier. I agree with that. Should have loaned him out at the start of the season. He's playing in a different formation, sometimes a different role under a manager and a club with a huge history. We'll skip through that. But listen, he's doing well at Middlesbrough and I think he needed it. He needed men's football. We have to look at what Chelsea do with their youngsters. And listen, I know you don't want to go off what any other club is doing, but sometimes you can learn. Look at the way they loan out young players and either sell them on for big money or they end up in the first team. And I think Arsenal need to utilise the loan market a lot more and get these guys first team football rather than just playing under 23s. Amo said Lacazette on 180k needs to be moved on at the end of the season. I agree with that, but I think Arsenal will offer him a contract. I think they'll probably offer him a 1-year deal with a 1-year option, especially if we get top 4. I just get the impression there's an emotional attachment to Lacazette. Me personally, I've said it many times, I would let Lacazette go at the end of the season. Whether we get top 4 or top 6, I would shake his hand and say thanks, but no thanks kind of thing. Scott said, Curtis, how much do you reckon we could get for Leno? I believe he's only got a year left in the summer, so I reckon you get 20 million max for him, especially the way we sell players. We'll probably sell him for 15 mil. I'd like to think we could get 20 million for him. He's a German international, good goalkeeper. Between 15 and 20, knowing Arsenal. If that was another club, you'd probably get 25 for him, but Arsenal are not great at selling. Chris said, Curtis, we improve Rashford's weekly salary to 200k after he impressed in his first season. You'll lose Saka if you go cheap. That's always the danger, in it. On one hand, other clubs would give him that money. On the other hand, you don't want him to lose that hunger and that drive for more by just giving him all the money straight away. For me, Bukayo Saka, as much as I think he's a great player, I don't think he should be getting 200 grand a week yet. But, you know, it depends what other clubs are willing to pay him. Laka should stay as a third option, but I don't think he's going to accept that. No, he can go to the likes of Leon and play. Leno will not go for 10, not on Solanke's level. You know what I mean? Edwards getting 20 for Solanke. We paid 22 million for him. Yeah, I'd want the money back. I would want the money back, but it's Edu, innit? He'll probably sell him for a Tesco meal deal and tell us that it was good, you know? On Balogun's level, he said the step was too big from what he was doing to the Premier League, and you could see that. It's not fair on him to... I mean, look at this. This is where I should end the stream. I should end the stream at this point, right? I mean, is this an April Fool's Day joke? I don't know if any of you saw this. I'm going to have to take a sip of the drink. And I'm drinking out of an Arsenal mug today, and I think Arsenal are mugging us off. Let me take a sip. Give me a second. I'm going to show you something. This sums up Arsenal at times, don't it? You know, I want to know who runs their social media. Now, I'm sure Mikel Arteta said it's not fair on him to assess. And they've wrote asses. Like, I know it's April 1st, Arsenal. I know we got a lot going on. It's international break. Maybe you've been in Dubai on holiday, social media guy. But, bro, check the ting before you put it out there, man. No one don't want to read asses on a press conference reaction, man. What's going on? Kids are probably reading this. You, man, can't spell assess. I don't know what's going on here. Yo, I'm only drinking juice here, you know. I need Ray and Nephew in here. These man putting... Happy April Fool's Day. I don't know what's going on here, people. Maybe he's been looking at some Kim Kardashian pictures. I seen Beyonce put some mad pictures out the other day. I don't know what's going on. Man said, Arteta. Yo, I don't know what's going on here, people. Assessor, man. Yo. Save the Emirates. Nah, man, we're good, man. April Fool's business. Yeah, he must have got, I don't know what he got in English, but yeah, it weren't a good one. Arteta, people. Mikel Arteta. Oh, dear. Maybach music. Comb my music settings, people. Right, let's carry on. Just in certain moments, whether he can do it or not, so he needed a pathway. He needs that exposure. He needs to go through good and difficult moments. He needs to be able to adapt and find himself in the dressing room and develop the importance that is required to play at this level. I think he is doing all of that really well. So he drops a little Martin Luther King speech. But yet you're bringing on Eddie Nketiah every other week. So what's his excuse? You know, why ain't he been loaned out? But we move on. Harry Maguire being booed. Oh, man, they've asked every single manager about this. I never seen this energy when Joe Gomez was getting booed. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. But hey, he said, obviously supporters have the freedom to express what they want. But if you ask anybody related to football, how are you going to get the best out of a player? Obviously, it's totally against any odds that that player is going to improve if he gets booed. Something we can all agree on. Yeah, we'll skip through it. The fridge got booed. It is what it is, man. And whether he's looking for more for Spain or England in the World Cup draw. I mean, like, please do me the man even said it first thing. Who asked him this question? The man said, bro, I'm Spanish. Like, what do you think? Like, because I'm working in England. He's singing Three Lions on a shirt all of a sudden. Like, what do they think, man? Hey, big up Chris Eddy, man, who said his dad's recovering from brain surgery. Thoughts are with your father, man. Hope he gets well soon, bro. Big up to you and your family. Man thinks the man's English. Man said, I'm Spanish. You know that. Like, what's going on? Man's dissing the journo. I'd love to know what journo asked him that question. What kind of foolishness is this? Ah, dear, man. Tres Lioness Amiga. I'm telling you, man, what do you think he's singing? It's coming home, it's coming. These man went to university for this. Like, what's going on? Ah, dear, let's move, man. Let's move, people. It's mad. On Saka having a small break, he said, I don't know how much he would have played. Sometimes when a player is in a good... Yeah, he was out with COVID. He said he's better. On Gerrard saying Saka will learn to deal with challenges. He said, I think Maguire said he was not going to complain, but he wanted some consistency. The only person who can protect the players is the ref. We'll skip through that. And Ben White saying how together the squad is. Yeah, I'm telling you, man said I'm Spanish to Ross. Yeah, and big up Chris, man. Big up the community as well for the kind words to him. Hope he's well and hope his dad gets better. For me, it's crucial. It's the platform and the cement that you can build. Then obviously you need the players, you need the quality and the understanding. The squad's togetherness is clear to see. On Cazorla being linked with a coaching role, he said, I haven't discussed anything like that with Santi, but of course, if you ask any more at this club or any supporter about Santi, they will probably have a smile on their face. He's still playing. Yeah, I believe he still plays in Qatar. On whether he has spoken to him, he said, I spoke to him on my birthday, but we didn't discuss that. On Saliba making his international debut, this is a bit more interesting. Get Cazorla back to the carpet as well, by the way. He's probably still better than El Neni as a player. Let's be real, people. Never mind as a coach. On William Saliba making his international debut, he said, I haven't spoken to him since then, but obviously we are really aware of what he is doing and how he is developing. He's our player, and we are really happy with the decision that we made. He's getting the minutes and the exposure, and the responsibility at the growth of his age was not something we could guarantee here this season. And it makes a lot of sense what is happening. We are glad to see the way he is improving. You know, I'm trying to cling to any positives here, people, to make me think that Saliba's coming back. I suppose the good thing is he's saying he's our player. That's a good thing. He said he hasn't spoke to him since he played for France. You know, drop the man a little WhatsApp message, man. Congrats on your French call up. See you in July, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he's got to get him back. He's got to get that brother back, man. I want to see Saliba at the carpet next season. That's the end of the press conference. I think Assers sums up the press conference, to be honest, of their spell check. But it is what it is, people. Saliba or Ben White? That's a good question. You know what? Let's get a poll. Let's get a poll. First poll of the day. Probably the only poll we'll do today. At this stage, right now, what you've seen of Saliba, what you've seen of Ben White, who would you say is the better centre-back? We always tend to go off them to... All right, do you know what? Let's put Gabriel in there as well. No, in fact, let's leave it as Ben White and Thingy, because he's the right-sided centre-back. So really it would be them two, wouldn't it? Who is better? Ben White or Saliba at this moment? I know it's difficult because a lot of us probably haven't watched Saliba that much, but I suppose it gasses us that the man's in the French squad and France are the world champions. And I got to be honest, it's hard to make a judgment. Like, I think Ben White's had a good season. I do. I'm still not fully convinced about Ben White when he's isolated in one-on-one situations. But as a collective unit next to Gabriel, he is having a good season. But it's hard to tell at the moment who is better. I just want to see most of you are saying Saliba. Some of you saying seeing Ben in the Prem. Ben White is actually quality with both feet. Was surprised. He can play all day long. He can definitely play. Bro, come on. We are third on clean sheets with Ben White. And the French defence is... well, they're world champions, though. So it's hard to diss the French defence. Defo Saliba, penalty spot said Premiership is more physical league, but to be fair, not many players keep Mbappe quiet. And I got to be honest, bro, that French league is crazy physical. Look at what them man done to Neymar. Neymar came there, tried to nutmeg people and flick it over people's head. They said, all right, cool, that what you think, yeah? Look how many ankle injuries Neymar's had in the French league. They've kicked him all over the place, you know? So it is what it is. It's a difficult question, but because someone posed it in the comments, I just thought we'd get into that quickly. It's Daily Darwin Nunez is back, people. Daily Darwin Nunez is back. And the story today that they're running with, and you know what, I'm not even going to go through transfers much today because they're getting a bit boring. But they're now saying that Darwin Nunez can go for as little as 50 million. I know I say as little, but the rumour was before they wanted about 60-odd million for him. Now, the reason for the apparent change of price for Daily Darwin, which was obviously, yeah, as E. Ross said, Daily Dusan, is Benfica are unlikely to qualify directly for the Champions League this season. They are currently 12 points behind Porto, who are top of the Portuguese league, and they are running away with the league. Sporting Lisbon are second, Benfica are 6 points behind them. If Benfica finish third, they will go into a qualifier rather than directly into the Champions League. So if they were to miss out on the Champions League, they would lose a lot of money. So they are now saying that Darwin Nunez could be available for £50 million rather than the initial £65 million that people were saying. Now, I just want to speak briefly about the striker situation at Arsenal, things that I've been reading, and the way I kind of view that situation at the moment. In my opinion, Mikel Arteta is looking for a striker that can play with his back to goal, can hold up play, that has some physical presence. The evidence would suggest that because we went for Dusan Vlahovic, who's 6'3", who's big, who's strong, but can also face up defenders and go forward. He also wants somebody that can clearly get into the penalty area and score goals. That's what Lacazette is struggling to do, because Lacazette doesn't have the pace and doesn't have that same physical presence. The problem Arsenal are going to have to get a striker that can do both of those things, you're going to have to spend an absolute fortune. To be honest, the striker that I'm describing would be Erling Haaland. Big, strong, holds up play, technically good, but has the pace to get into the box. We all know we ain't getting Haaland. Vlahovic was probably the B-Tech Haaland, so maybe Darwin Nunez is the C-Tech Haaland, But I was speaking to someone the other day who watches a lot of Portuguese football, and he said to me that Darwin Nunez is a very raw talent. He said he has bags of quality, scores goals, know where the back of the net is. He said his ability to look after the ball and link up play is still something that they question him about in Portugal. And a lot of people say that in a better league against better defenders, he would still struggle with that side of his game. The problem is, I think Arsenal have got to sign a player that will probably not quite tick all the boxes, but has that room to improve if we coach him, because there isn't an answer out there. The answer would be Erling Haaland, but we ain't going to get Erling Haaland. So for me, whoever we sign, whether it's Haaland, whether it's, Jonathan David, whether it's Calvert-Lewin, whether it's Osimhen, you're going to sign somebody that doesn't quite tick all the boxes that we need. Darwin probably is scoring a lot of goals, but they say his hold-up play and link-up play is not great. Where Calvert-Lewin, for example, who you've said Calvert-Lewin there, I think Calvert-Lewin has fantastic hold-up play and he's brilliant in the air, but Calvert-Lewin isn't brilliant at getting into the box and bagging goal after goal. I think 17 is his biggest goal tally. He's also getting a lot of muscular injuries, which is a worry. So whoever we sign, I think you're going to be impressed with certain things, but there's going to be things that they're lacking, because what we want would cost too much money. People all saying get Odegaard to convince him to come. He's not going to come. Haaland ain't going to come to us. He's going to be at Madrid or Barca. Although the Barcelona director said they can't afford him. Osimhen is cold but always injured. I mean, he had a stinker the other day against Ghana. He was diving and everything, but he has been good in Italy. Ivan Toney would be perfect. It's an interesting one. We haven't really been linked with him, but I know we were in the past, but not lately. Lizard said Nunez is very direct and aggressive, but not so technically gifted. And Kroenke plus Patrick Schick said Dunkirk would be expensive, but two quality players. Steve said, I want Haaland hella bad. Listen, we'd all love Haaland at the carpet, that is for sure, but we ain't got that kind of facility, bro. We need paint on the stadium, never mind Haaland. Richarlison, he scored the other night for Brazil, and he does look a better player for Brazil than he does for Everton, but I don't know about Richarlison through the middle for Arsenal. The way that Arteta wants to play, is that the kind of striker? And his attitude, he seems to have an attitude as well. DV said Isaac looked good for Sweden. He's having a poor season though. 4 goals this season in Spain. Maybe they would drop the price though. That would be the only positive possibly. Martinez is the answer. I like him. I do like Latoro. He is good. Brazilians don't even rate Richarlison, said yes, sir. Winchester said, we don't need another project. Honestly, I think Martinelli is going up front. I want to see Martinelli start a game up front before the end of this season. Because we're going to have that game again where Lacazette's in midfield, not getting forward, hasn't scored. Looks like the engine's blown up and you take him off after 70 minutes. Don't keep bringing on Eddie Nketiah. If we're at Stamford Bridge, I don't want Nketiah coming on. If we're at Tottenham Stadium, I don't want Nketiah. Put Martinelli up front. I'm telling you now, Martinelli has got striker potential. He's a better striker than Eddie Nketiah, even without me seeing him there. Let me end the poll. I mean, the poll is neck and neck at the moment. 50-50 on Saliba and Ben White. When it moves, based off one or two of your votes, we're going to end it. Right, it's moved. Let's end it. Who's the winner? Saliba nicks it at the last minute, people. Saliba nicks it by 1%. So a close one there. You by 1%, you've said Saliba is better than Ben White, people. So we'll have to see with that one. Penalty Spot said, as good as Mbappe and Haaland are, I think their egos will be too big for Arteta and Arsenal. Even if we had a 1% chance of signing them, we need an up-and-coming, hungry striker. Try Martinelli. I'm telling you now, try Martinelli through the middle. Brentford was just that game, start of the season. We were a disgrace everywhere on the pitch. You know, Ben White played in that game. So what, is Ben White terrible because we were bad against Brentford? He's had a good season. We stunk out the place that day, you know. Amo said, I've been watching All or Nothing Brazil on Amazon. Richarlison just got that serious look when playing, but with teammates, the guy is very chilled. Maybe he's popular in the dressing room, you know. You never know, do you? Haaland plays only 17 games in the Bundesliga. Yeah, he's on his way out anyway, and he's probably sacking them games off. Mukiele is not better than Tommy. Stop it. People saying buy him, right? Haaland doesn't have a huge ego. It's just the price. People see that 75 million release clause, but you got to pay Raiola 25. You got to pay his dad 15. You probably got to pay him 10, and he wants 600 grand a week. It's never going to happen. Peter said Isaac is worth 30 million euros max. I don't want him. I was never fully convinced by him. I think we were just gassed because Oba was leaving and we needed a striker. I don't want him. I don't think people need to be typing in his number plate after what I've seen of him this season. I've seen him a few times this season for Sociedad. He's not there right now. He could get there, but he's not there right now, in my opinion. Isaac is so overrated. Listen, we're going to need that midfielder as well, as a lot of you have said. We're going to need that midfielder. His agent's probably got a bigger ego than him, to be honest, Mino Raiola, compared to Haaland, that's for sure. He's got a huge ego. Barca, I think the Barca sporting director said they want Lewandowski and Mo Salah, where Real Madrid are going to go for Mbappe and Haaland. Can you imagine if they get both of them in the same summer? He will flop in the league. Will Haaland end up at City? Haaland's coming to City, but we can give him to Arsenal on one-game loans wherever you play Liverpool or United, if only. King said we need Harry Kane, get Sol and his idol, Freddie. It would be good. It would be good. But, hey, it's not going to happen, is it? People, I'm out of here. Thank you very much for tuning in today. 1,600 of you in the chat. Make sure you smash that like button on the video. Let's get 1,000 likes. Subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch, link in the description. And don't forget, today's video is sponsored by the guys at Spitch. Get on there today, download it, link in the description. A chance to win £12,000 this weekend, completely free to play. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. We'll have a watch along tomorrow, I think. I'm probably going to do Manchester United against Leicester tomorrow at 5:30 tomorrow. So we'll do a watch along for that. Sunday, I'm not sure yet. Sunday, there's no real big games. Tottenham, Newcastle, I'm not sure if that's worth doing. I think they'll win that. We might do that. And then obviously Arsenal on Monday Night Football, people. And we may do a World Cup watch along later if I get back in time over on Twitch. So look out for that. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, people. Don't worry, it was a joke at the start. The Kroenkes aren't buying the stadium. Little April Fool's joke. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Take care, people. And I'll see you all soon, people. Bless.